Hello, hello, hello. Give me a thumbs up if you can see me and hear me. How's everybody doing tonight? Anybody besides me have to take a nap after class today? Hi, Angela. Hi, Katia. Hi, Robin. Hi, Diane. Pam. Uggs. Hi, Deborah. All right, I'm getting some thumbs up. That's great. So everybody can hear me fine? Great. That's even better. We are going to lag, folks. Hi, Unahan. Harleen, my bud. Um, we are gonna have some leg issues. Okay, let's just get that out in the open so y'all can expect it. Hi Teresa. Dennis thinks he's found the problem, and it could be the Starlink needs to be direct wired to my computer. And with us trading rigs in the next couple of weeks, he doesn't want to mess with that until we get into the new rig. So we're just going to have to deal with it for a little while. So what I'll do is I'll watch the screen. When I see that it's lagging, I'll stop what I'm doing. And then when I see that I've got, free and clear, I'll hurry it up and do what I got to do until it lags again. Hopefully we can get a class in, okay? So, yeah, this is just something he's got to work through. Didn't have this problem until lately, but there's been a lot of problems that have arisen lately that we shouldn't have had. I mean, we had to call an RV tech when we got here to get our truck off the rig because for some reason the fifth wheel hitch decided to break. Yeah, things happen. That's life. But that's one of the main reasons we're trading rigs. This one's got more problems than I like. Okay. We went to Tat Days and couldn't get the slides in. Had to call a tech. Got to the next destination. Had to call the tech to get the slides out. Come to find out, the motor housing fell off. Going down the road, you're vibrating. Everything's moving, everything's shifting, everything's dancing. Trust me, I've found things in places they shouldn't have been in the first place. And so it's like they didn't screw the screws in tight enough. They didn't bolt the bolts tight enough. And on this last leg, the propane line fell off. And the truck was attached to the rig, and we couldn't get off, couldn't get on. We was broke loose, but we couldn't get off the rig and couldn't get on, so we had no transportation to go anywhere. Just to name a few of the things. And I just told him, I said, we do one of two things at this point. We trade in and go ahead and get the better coach, or we sell out and get a house. One of the two, because I'm done with this. I can only handle so much stress, and that was just really stressing me. So we're getting a new rig. And trust me, it was the rig I wanted in the first place. He was very thoughtful, thinking that this one would work for me because we have this huge garage. Well, over here by the doors, this way, there's a ramp that goes down like this, and it's 18 inches. So you lose that. I have a um, rod, an extension rod, one of those that tightens up as you pull it out. Anyway, got one of those. It's a curtain rod. That's right here. because you don't know how many times I've almost fell out that door because I went down the hill. So I put that there to keep me from going down the hill further, you know. And over here, you lose 2 feet of space because there's a washer. So out of the 13-foot garage, I have already lost almost 4 feet. Hi, Denise. So, yeah. So we measured at the Rally 390 that had the extra room. And come to find out, it is 8 foot wide this way. 5 foot, or excuse me, a foot this way bigger than where I'm at right now in this garage. So, yeah. Since we do it, going to learn. We're going to learn how to do Josephine knots and Josephine chains with both needle and shuttle. And then I want to show you this. How many of you know what that is? The ones that were in class this morning, y'all know. Okay, keep your mask up. Yeah. Mum's a word, don't tell the other ones. Have y'all seen one of these before? Some of you might. Some of you may not. And Lord, YouTube's not receiving enough video. Smooth streaming. Dennis, you remembered from class today. All right. This Dorset button is going to be the base of our tatting project. Okay. We're going to learn how to make a Dorset button. Then we're going to learn how to tat on it. Okay. Then we're going to learn how to make things from it. And then I'm going to show you how on the inside, yeah, Arlene, it's because of, yeah, we're out in no man's land and we're hoping that Starlink will work and it's raining and there's clouds, and between us and the clouds, there is no way Starlink's going to cut through that stuff. It's like cutting through mud. Not happening. So I'll wait. Let it catch up. Pam, explain it to them. Okay. So we're going to learn how to do a Dorset button, but I'm going to show you how to change up this inside part and make flowers, angels, certain things. Okay. So that is a class project we are going to do in the future. So let's wait for this thing to catch up. If you can hear my voice, everything's cool. But you need to see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to wait for this thing to get caught up. All right. It looks like maybe we can do this. I want everybody to hit that like button so our algorithm goes up and YouTube advertises us as an honest to goodness class to other places. Anybody that looks up tatting, they're going to get us first. Okay, so everybody give it a thumbs up. And for those of you that are just subscribers and not enrolled in the classes, please enroll in the classes at the online tatting class at gmail.com. You will have access at that point to our Facebook group, which is a private group. It's strictly for the classes. And you will have access to one-on-one with us, the people that work with the classes. And you'll also be able to use our website to the fullest extent. Our website is in the process of being renovated. And we are hoping to be one of the most formidable tatting libraries and information hubs to the whole world. We are gathering all kinds of information, links to other websites, YouTube channels, Etsy shops, everything you can imagine that's tatting, we're going to have access to through our website. If you just viewing us through YouTube, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and Also, give us a like. We have super chats, super stickers, and super thanks. We are not asking anyone for money, but if you feel that this content is valuable to you and you feel like you want to do something, you can donate as little as 50 cents. Remember, a penny goes a long way, even in inflation. All right? But what that does is it helps with the overhead for the classes. Okay? Any proceeds above business expenses to run these classes, that's cameras, computers, all that jazz, that goes towards the scholarship fund. We make nothing off of these classes, and we make nothing off of our students. All of us value our students with top notch. Hi, Gail. Hi, Tan. Okay, Karen, glad to see you. Lingle, oh my word, I haven't seen you there for a while. I know your real name, Kathleen. Hi, Carol, haven't heard from you in a while either. And that's fine if you're a little late. That's okay. We can still learn. It doesn't matter if you're early or late. All right. Are there any questions from earlier today? Okay. Mindy's buttons. Yeah, I've seen Mindy's buttons. Wow. Okay, that's all I got to say is wow. If y'all want to see them, Mindy Hudo on Facebook, go check them out. She made a Christmas tree, and it's just as cute as a bug in a rug, okay? So go check it out. All right, any questions? I'm going to patiently wait for questions. I'm also going to wait for the computer to catch up, or the internet to catch up. Y'all, I'll be glad when I'm hardwired in. I really will. I'd do it now if I could, but I can't. He's got to get a part from Starlink. You can't just go buy parts off the corner for this. The button backs, you mean the back part of this button? You sew it in. I'm going to teach you how to do this, Pam. You're going to love it. I mean, this is the coolest, neatest thing since sliced cheese. Mindy Hutto, Hutto. Now, when you want a shank on this, Pam, I'm going to show you how to put a shank on it. Okay? But you got to go check them out. Just do this. Go on the web. Do a Google search. Say, Google it. Okay? Dorset button. Look at the floral Dorset buttons. Okay? Gina B Silkworks has some beautiful, beautiful examples. Okay? You can do this. This is as easy as it gets. You can do this without looking at it. No. Hutto. I know what I can do. I know what I can do. There you go. The reason you can't access the video is it has not been released. None of the videos are ever released until the last class is finished. Then they're both released. And we're waiting for the buffering to stop. So I'll get me a drink. I wish it had something harder than tea in it, but it doesn't. I'm just teasing y'all. I don't drink. I can't stand the smell of alcohol. It just makes me sick if it's 5 miles away. You're welcome. Denise, the feed from this morning will go up as soon as this class is over this evening. Okay? Gail, you're nut. I love you to death, though. All right, let's try to make some Josephine chains and Josephine knots using our needle. All right, let's see if we can do that and the internet will let us. You know, sometimes I get super aggravated with the way this internet acts. I don't like anything that messes with my students or my classes. And this is just a pain in my side. I'm not going to lie. So, go ahead and thread our needles. Give ourselves, we don't need much of a tail. We're only going to do a little bit. We're not going to sit here and tat up a whole chain and a whole motif just to learn Josephine knots and Josephine chains. They're fairly simple, but there is a method to my madness with this, folks, because you're going to need this for this. You will find out how the two correlate when we get into it. All right? But this you're going to need to know. And that's why tonight's homework is practice, practice, practice. I know y'all can hear me because you're answering. And the internet is like, I'm just jumping all over the place. Man, I look weird. I see what you mean by Arlene. It is kind of comical. Are we catching up? All right, we're getting level a little bit here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the down shot so that you all can see what I'm doing. All right, so you can see we've got our needle threaded, and we don't have much of a tail. See, that ain't much, and that's what we want. We're not shooting for yardage here. We just want to learn the Josephine knot and the Josephine chain. Okay, so we've got our needle threaded, we got our tail, we got our ball thread over here. It's hanging out over here. Okay, so what we want to do is the first half only. So you're going to put on about 6 of the first half of those stitches. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay? And you see, let me get it up here so you can see that. You see how it's beginning to curve. And the more you put on, the more it curves. Okay? And let it do it. It's supposed to. Yes, I'm making faces, Arlene. Not intentionally. It's this problem it has. It says on my screen, okay, I have excellent connection, but yet I'm buffering. Yes, a chain 2. So yeah, don't ask me. I just work here. Okay, I'm not the technical genius. That's my husband. And he's been busy. He works for the government on the Medicaid account. And they're doing what they call DR drill. And it's disaster recovery drill. Last year it was the disaster was alien invasion. So I don't know what this year's is. But the federal government comes in once a year and they test everything to make sure that if something happens, a natural disaster, that information is transferred away from the disaster zone. So it's kept intact. So that's what he's going through. So right now I'm a single housewife, and that's what happens. Once a year the government gets him and I don't. So, and I just have to make it through it. It's okay though. When he comes back, it's like, wow, do I know you? Just saying. All right. Anyway, we got 6 stitches on here, and you can see how they're curving around. That's with the first half. Solar flares. Gail, it could be solar flares as far as I know. I don't know. The Starlink has several satellites. I mean, Elon Musk has been shoving satellites up there that I'm surprised people ain't running into them with the, the shuttles and stuff. They're going up and out, from all over the world. I'm surprised they ain't ran into a couple of them. Because, I mean, something like 20,000 satellites he's put up, But when it works, oh gosh, it's dreamboat. It's better than anything we've ever had. So anyway, now that you've got your 6 on there, what you're going to do is you're going to pull them off. Keep your finger in your loop-de-loop. See your loop-de-loop? You want to keep your finger in there because you don't want to lose that. After you get your needle passed, pull that tail out. Then take your needle, run it up through that loop, and pull it tight. And close that ring. And as in all needle tatting, remember we have to tie our knot. The reason we have to tie off is because this doesn't close like a regular ring that shuttle tatters make. It doesn't lock itself in place. So we have to lock it. All right? And the way I do it, it automatically reverses itself. Barb Granger says I do this wrong. I don't know. Maybe I do, but it works for me. And that's tatting. As long as it works for you and it looks good, it's right. There's only a few rules in tatting that we have to follow. And there are no tatting pleats. Remember that. Okay, now for our chain, we're going to do 12 of that same first half stitch. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, hope I'm on camera, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now, if you will look at this, can you see that? How she went around? That is the Josephine chain, and it will spiral like this with that first half for as many stitches as you put on. Now, if you do the second half, it spirals back the other way. It's called a Z twist or an S twist. I'm sorry, Gail. On camera, I can't see what I'm doing because what the screen I'm getting is okay. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. See it? Can you see that? Isn't that gorgeous? I just love that. I'll wait. It's buffering again. Okay. What you got to do is run the needle up through the stitches. Pull it through, pull it through. Make sure you don't pull your Josephine knot in on that. If you do, you're messing up. You lock your knot. All right. There you go. And don't forget to tie your knot in the end of your work. Okay? Hi, Lisa. And there you go. Now, my needle tatting needs work. Seriously. I'm not a needle tatter. I know how to do the techniques. Thank you, Barbara Granger. But I'm not a needle tatter. And if you see this, you'll see why I'm not a needle tatter. I like my tatting crisp. Okay? And needle tatting has a loose effect to it that I really don't like. If I want loose, I can always loosen up my tension in my shuttle, okay? And it usually, if I'm going to loosen it up, I know exactly what I want, so I know how far to go. With needle, you go the circumference of the needle, okay? So that's why I don't like needle tatting. But I don't disrespect needle tatters. In fact, I appreciate needle tatters because Pam, our needle tatting expert here in the classes, she can make needle tatting look like shuttle tatting, and it blows my mind. I'm like, huh? How did you do that? She won't tell me her secret. She says, because I'm not interested in needle tatting, and she's right. But I do think needle tatters have a place, and I do think they put out some beautiful work. But mine was never pretty. Okay, I'll be honest. My needle tatting was never pretty. So, all right. Now, we are going to try this. using, all right, that's this one. I used the lace needles today, which might have been a mistake because they're missized according to the Handy Hands grid. Okay, tonight we're going to use this shuttle that we put our extra helper thread on yesterday, and we are going to, I'm going to wait until I catch up so that y'all can see how we hook this on. I have my dog up on me. I'm finding dog hair everywhere. I can see that, Arlene. Because when I was using size 3 crochet cotton, it tatted up. It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But I think needle has a place in the larger threads myself. You get into the smaller threads, those needles, man, I can barely hold them. I mean, I got fat fingers, fat hands, and I can barely hold the needle and make it work like I want it to without bending it. I don't know my own strength. I had a set of Handy Hands needles, and I tried one of the small needles on size 80 thread. I bit the tar out of it. So yeah, it looked like, you know, been run over by a car. So yeah, me and needles don't get along. Just saying. Ask my sewing machine, it'll tell you we don't get along. I've sewed my fingernails on my sewing machine. So I always have to trim my nails down before I start sewing, or I'll sew them right to whatever I'm sewing. So as soon as this video can catch up, I can show you. Ah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Are we going to catch up? All right. In order to make this work, what you've got to do is take your helper loop from your shuttle into the loop of thread, and all it is your thread looped over, okay? Your loop of thread from the ball. Run your loop from the shuttle through that loop, and then run the shuttle through the helper loop, okay? Once you do that, then you pull it down to your thread. Then you gauge how much of a tail you want on your ball thread, okay? Once you do that, grab the 2 legs of your helper thread, and watch, we're going to do magic here. We're going to pop it over. That locks it in. Let me show you that again. Grab the 2 legs, pull it back, okay? We got it this way. Now we're going to grab the 2 legs of the helper loop, and boom, we flipped it. Now, it's locked in there. All right, that tail's locked in. So then you just start winding your thread. What this does is it gives you added space so that you don't waste thread. Okay, so yeah, all you shuttle tatters that want to know, how do I save thread? This is a way. Now, there are patterns, okay, out there that will tell you exactly how many yards, or how many meters, or how many inches, or how many feet you will need for a certain pattern. If you get one that doesn't have that, okay, you can guesstimate, if you have done a run of 10 double stitches and seen how far it took you. What you want to do with each size of your thread is tat up a 1-inch chain. You count how many stitches it is in an inch, okay? Then, if you've got a ring that has 10 stitches, do not count picots. Remember, the picots is bare thread space, okay? Just remember that. So you don't have to count that. That will come in the end. So if you've got a ring that's got 10 double stitches, you know that's an inch of thread. Okay? So for every 10 double stitches, or whatever your count is, then that's how many inches of thread. Then you divide your inches into feet, and it will give you how much thread you're going to need per project. And then you can guesstimate, well, I've got this many picots, I've got this. It's a mathematical equation that you have to go through. Now, if you're that concerned about extra thread on your shuttle, make sure you tat up the extra butterflies and the extra doodads and send it to Palmettos, because they give it away at the state fair as gifts to people, and they introduce them to tatting. So see, even your scraps has got a place to go. All right, so let's try that. Now, let's wrap our thread on here a few more times, and then we're going to do a Josephine knot on the shuttle. If we can get this, oh, I got excellent condition, and it's just jumping around there like a, I don't know, it's crazy. All right, so we're going to wrap our hand in a ring. Can y'all see that? See, we got a ring wrapped on our hand. Now we're going to put, let's do 12 stitches. First half. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Open our ring up. And as you're doing this, my advice is drop that shuttle. See it spin out? We don't want the twists to collect. You'll never get your ring closed. Okay? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now we've got 12 first halves. All right, before we close our ring, we pull it back, get that twist out. Let it hang there until it stops spinning. All right, now we can close that ring. Hold both ends in our pinch, pull it around. Okay, now you see it gathering here, and it's going to do that naturally. Okay? And you just play with it until you get that ring closed. All right, once you get it closed, this is what you get. Can you see that? See that? Look how pretty that is. Little frilly ring. Now, if you leave these Josephine knots looser by leaving a gap between the half stitches as you're putting them on, it gives it a more floral look. Okay, billowy. It also gives you a place to join on to. So now we're going to do the Josephine chain. We wrap our hand as a chain. We want to choke up our shuttle, and we do first half. We're going to do 12. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, slide it down, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, there we go. Now, as you can see, it's sort of kind of flat, right? Take our shuttle, run it around, and pull it into shape, and begin that twist. And there we go. You just have to fiddle with it to get that twist into place. All right? And you want it to spiral. And the longer your chain, the more it spirals. And it's beautiful. It's a wonderful addition. Now, if you want to replace your Josephine chains or your Josephine knot, or regular rings and chains, you're going to replace them with Josephine knots, Josephine chains. Remember, the knots and chains are only made with 1/2 of the double stitch. So whatever your count is, say the ring is 3 double stitches picot, 3 double stitches picot, so on. You got to do 6 first by adding Josephine knots and Josephine chains to that pattern in specific places, specific sections. But just remember, you've got to double that stitch count. You cannot lose the other half because that other half is included in the original pattern. So you're going to shortchange your pattern if you don't include it. Okay, does everybody understand that? I'll wait. We're also buffering with our excellent connection. Just saying. I think my husband has fell asleep. So for class homework, yes, you can send it in. Sue was working on the website earlier today. She was getting the homework link and the Facebook group link connected back up. We don't know what happened. Somehow or another, it had a different address that we have never had before. Okay, so Sue was working on getting those together. Pam will be putting the homework up on the website, but not right away. She's got to learn from Sue how to do that, how to get the photos that you all send in at the right size and stuff. So Sue's got to train her on that, and then Pam will be handling the homework. Okay, that's why I say we're all three of us work very hard on these classes to keep them going. Pam handles the email. Pam handles the Facebook group, and she's going to be handling the homework. And she also handles communication for me when I'm traveling. Because if it's travel day, I have no access to my computer at all. And depending on wherever we're going, it depends on how long we're traveling for. So if we're on the road for a few days, then I don't have any access at all. We have travel data we can hook up in the truck and park the rig at a truck stop. My husband can work, but we don't have no way we both can do it, and I can run camera gear. Okay, trust me, there's enough cameras in the front seat with me that I don't need anymore. Okay, so yeah. Also, he is working on our YouTube channel for the rig. It's called Our Home is Where We Roam. Okay, and we do have a private Facebook group. If you would like to join that Facebook group and see some of the things that we see, you're more than welcome. Just notify me and let me know. I'm on Facebook. All right. All right, Karen. Good night. See you next time. All right. Now, Sue is working on her lesson for tomorrow. She is going to run design class for tomorrow afternoon's class. And then tomorrow evening's class is going to be Inkscape. She's going to teach you all how to work with Inkscape. That would be interesting for people that love computer stuff. Okay? So there you go. She's got a couple of fascinating things going on. Next week for classes, I'll let you know probably Monday what we're going to do on Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm not really sure. I do know we are going to do these little fun things. We're going to work on those. And let me switch to the front shot. Face forward. There we go. I know I'm going to teach y'all how to do this. Okay. Then we're going to learn to tat on it. All right. Then we're going to figure out a project with it. We got so many ways to go with it. But I'd like to hear from you guys. What do you want to learn? I've already got a request for Catherine Will Join. Yes, we will do that. We also have requests for other techniques. But I want to use the techniques that are most common, okay, first. I don't want to confuse anyone, and using the most common techniques that people use in everyday tatting, more than just ring and chain and split ring and split chains and stuff like that. Yes, Katia, you will get a list of what you need for the project class. But I have a special project coming up very soon. I want each and every one of you to have a book. Sue will show you tomorrow the book she's got. I am working on getting parts so we can make our own books, or you can buy one. It's up to you. I just think making our own project book is better than buying one that's pre-made. It's just not no fun, you know? So we're going to have a class on how to make our own little book so that we can put our samples in it. I'm going to show you the different types of things you can put in the book to hold your samples in place. Okay? And up and down joins, Arlene, you're going to get them in both because they're both. They fall in both categories. The up and down joins are used more in advanced techniques, but they have enough in the beginner classes that it warrants it. It's like the Rosemary's Pills heart that's been a class pattern for years. That one uses both up and down. But for beginners, they use just the up joint, and if they use the down joint in certain places, it makes it look more uniform. So, yeah, you'll get it in both. We are going to learn Ankar's. And by the way, Arlene, guess who's teaching Ankar's class at Tat Days next year with Phyllis as her helper? Yeah, me. I'm going to be teaching it. Phyllis is the one that conned me into it. But she's got a lot of threads that can be used for Ankar's that she's donating to the class. And I told her, I said, I love it. I said, you donate that and I'll get the beads and we'll work together and we'll get her done. So it will be a beginner Ankar's class with some intermediate techniques in there. Yes, you. I hope to see you in there. But yeah, you'll get some Ankar's stuff in here too. Very simple techniques. I don't want to overwhelm you because Ankar's is, once you get into it, it is amazing work. But getting to that point is a long way. Okay. Cat Wild does some beautiful Ankar's work. Who else? Angela Gamka. I know you all have heard of her. She does some of the most beautiful three-dimensional Ankars. Yep. The Cabone rings, any size you want. Okay. If you're looking for the rings for the binder, Sue will go over all that tomorrow with you guys in class and get you set up on that. These are sample binders that we are going to work on. All right. And I find using the sample binders, all right, it helps in design class and everyday tatting. Okay, sewing, tatting on fabric. Perfect. Yep, we can do that. Let me take notes. Let me take notes so that I don't forget anything. Old age has a way of making you forget things. All right, so sewing, tatting on fabric. Okay, what else? And we'll do the up and down joins. Because I can run a curriculum and teach the same thing every time. Okay, you want to do the peekaboo pocket? We can. I know how to do it. All right. Peekaboo pocket. What else? But like I was saying, I could do a curriculum for classes, but I'd much rather feed you what you want. Okay? Because a curriculum you get bored with. Block tatting, definitely. Where is this class? What do you mean, where is this class? Explain, please. Yeah, I can show you block tatting. Don't worry, Arlene. Yeah, Georgia taught me block tatting. And she also taught me about stabilizer threads and block tatting. And I got news for you. The stabilizer threads make all the difference in the world in block tatting. Yep. Oh, she's talking about Ankar's class. Yeah, it will be at Tat Days. I taught Armenian lace this year. Okay, when you go in and ask for the cabone rings, you want to go in and ask for the curtain rings, the white plastic curtain rings. They know it by that. They don't know it by cabone rings. Your fiber artist know it by cabone ring. So if you ask somebody and they don't know what it is, odds are they are not a fiber artist and they don't know anything you're talking about. It's Greek to them. Yeah. And it doesn't matter what size you use. Cabone rings have a presence in the tatting community. They have fiber communities. So, alrighty. So I've got sewing tatting on fabric, up and down joins, the peekaboo pocket, and block tatting. Those all sound fun. So next week we're going to work on our little buttons, and we're going to tat on them. I'll send you a list Monday. All right? So you can gather it up. Most everything we're going to use you probably already have other than the cabone rings. Just go to Walmart and pick them up. They're over in the sewing supplies. Other than that, your homework. I want you to make a Josephine ring and a Josephine chain using the first half, a Josephine ring and a Josephine chain using the second half of the double stitch. I want you to see the difference in the direction of the two and know what they look like, because in a pattern, the designer 9 times out of 10 will tell you. The other 1%, she doesn't, and you're sitting there going, well, that doesn't look right. And it's because the direction of the Josephine knot and the Josephine chain, it can throw the whole pattern off. Yeah, I know. First time I went looking for tatting shuttles, they're like, huh? You know? Oh, Carol loves Armenian lace. Yes, I got to teach that this year. Exactly. See? Teresa knows. Teresa knows. So, with that, I'm going to end the class tonight. I am tired of fighting with this sluggish internet. I'm going to let him have the computer tonight, see what he can do, fix something to make it work a little bit better for next week. And so you all do your homework. We will look at it. It won't be on the site yet. Okay, give us a few more weeks. Sue is getting herself together. Pam is trying to get caught up on registrations. By the way, we have gained, just since classes started with the 2 special classes, we have went up 75 subscribers. Yay. Okay. More subscribers, the more money the classes can make towards expenses and also towards scholarship. Okay. Yes, tatting on material can be the same as doing edges on things like handkerchiefs. You'd be surprised what you can do with tatting. And here's what Georgia said. Tatting's not doilies anymore. Okay? Remember that. These classes are carried on for Georgia by me. Okay? I didn't start them. This is not my work. This is every bit of Georgia's work. And she wants us to take this forward. And people don't use doilies anymore. So she wants us to show you how to make other things using tatting. All right? So, hit that like button. If you are watching this video and not subscribed, hit that subscriber button. Hit the notification bell and hit that like button. That will get our algorithms up and build our channel. So, until next week, I wish you all a wonderful weekend and happy days ahead, as well as happy tatting, and may your threads never tangle and make beautiful lace. See y'all next week. Bye-bye.